arrived at the famous Ueno Park where they've got a huge paper lantern display. There's a whole Sakura festival going on. What I've never seen before is over to my right hand side, they've got Ichiban Kuji, which is a lottery system to win toys as a pop-up store inside a park. Sometimes in cases like this where you can't explain something in Japan, you just say welcome to Japan. You know, when you go to a toilet and then there's fancy music and a Sanrio character there, welcome to Japan. When you go to a park and then right next to the food stalls can you win a one-piece figure, welcome to Japan. I don't know how else to explain it or say it. So this is brand new. It's packed out. So we've got some beautiful food, which is all displayed throughout this entire strip. There's a lot of people, there's a lot going on. Without cherry blossom season, it's still busy and you know there are things going on, but obviously cherry blossom season, a lot more people, a lot more pop-ups, stalls, smoke in your face, food, people to hang out with. It's loud and busy, but it's a good time. So there's also a stage where there's going to be some performances going on. Not only are we here for all of this, but there's also 2 Pokemon manholes inside Ueno Park, which you can get an easy background. Every 2 manholes is a background. We're going to come across it very soon. So if it's one of your first times to Japan, I think Ueno Park, especially for Sakura season, is a perfect place to begin. It's very close to the station, there's heaps of shrines, there's a lot to walk around, there's normally lots of food stalls, toilets and everything sort of available. And they know it's a very popular spot, so they are very accommodating. As you can see, lots of bins, lots of little paper lanterns which do light up at night time, and a lot of really beautiful photo spots, as well as obviously Sakura, Pokemon manhole, Sanrio stores, and a lot of great stuff around. But of course, because it's got so much, it's very busy, which obviously Tokyo, busiest city in the world, you're going to expect a lot of people everywhere. But I think it's sort of fun to see everyone enjoy it. If I was here by myself, it would sort of not feel right. So literally one path over from that entire cherry blossom field that you saw is this shrine that you can walk up, and it's got a view of the entire park. There's a beautiful little temple that you can pay your respects to on the inside. But what's very famous and iconic is this circular little tree here that's in the middle that looks down perfectly to the other temple. It's a very famous spot. It sort of reminds me of Harry Potter, like Quidditch, where you throw the ball through. It's super iconic. So the tourists are the ones walking around taking photos. Everyone else sets up their picnics and just sits down, chills out, has a lot of different drinks, lots of different snack foods. I think a lot of like workplaces will take the weekend as an opportunity to sort of celebrate their hard work and all get together. So Ueno Park is absolutely prime. As far as you can see, there's Sakura, and even, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's falling off because it's so delicate. I have no idea what's going on here. But I mean, again, welcome to Japan. I think this guy's dressed up and just asking people for money in the midst of their meals and their foods. But this is unbelievable. So what we were talking about when you can't explain something? Welcome to Japan. There's like 6 dogs in a cart getting pushed, which... when I think of dogs going for a walk, I think of them going for a walk. In this case, they're getting pushed. Must be nice. So we're on the main strip now that splits off the 2 sides of the parks together. But on either side, you've got Sakura on the left, on the right. You've got all the paper lanterns everywhere, especially at night time when it all lights up and comes to life. Really beautiful. So at the very end here, which I'm heading this way, a lot more food, a lot more festivals, a lot more music, and the 2 Pokemon manholes that we'll be seeing today. Boots! 誰? 何歳ですか?
3歳。
Ah! So here we are at the National Museum of Western Art. And because it's a museum, they've got a Poké Lid here, themed with a fossil Pokemon to represent, I guess, the vintage to it. These kids are taking a really cute photo, so I'll wait for them and spin the lid and clean. So now that we're here at the lid, everyone's been taking photos of it, which is great, but this is filthy. I can already see so much dirt come off it, so hope everyone for the rest of the day can enjoy a nice, fresh, and as clean as possible manhole, because this deserves much better than this filthy rag that has come out of it. So we'll catch a photo of that. So now that the Poké Lid is clean, there it is in all of its glory. Love these two guys together. They look very, very cool and cute. And the next manhole is literally 20 seconds away. It's right there. We're going to be there. We're going to have the background Pikachu in just a moment. Walking to the next manhole, the one we were just at, is purple. It's going to be a long and treacherous walk. Oh, that's right. We're already here. It's that close. It's that easy. I'm expecting a non-shiny 387 Pikachu. That's a joke. That's a joke. Ah! What? It's huge. Okay, it's not shiny. I was very close with 387, but it is huge, which is very, very unique. Thick-up. Let's see that background. Ladies and gentlemen, a very nice background with a big-ass Pikachu. Very cute. And outside this next little, not little by any means, massive museum, you can find the next Ueno Park Poké Lid, which is pretty unique. It's a very nice one. Again, very dirty, so we're going to do our best to clean it. Just for everyone that comes up afterwards, when they're taking photos, they can get the best photo possible. There's a few other people that I know that in Japan clean the Poké Lids, and they do a much better version. They have brushes, they have a whole toolbox and kit. But I think this is definitely better than nothing, and it just means that everyone's going to get much better photos. And as you can see, just from a casual wipe, so much of it has come out. And these Poké Lids definitely deserve better. So now it's in its best state possible. Enjoy. When I think of Ueno Park, this is the view I think of. The fountains, the Sakura all around, the festival right behind it. I mean, there's also a side which is super, super green, but then there's the side which most people want to see and are here for, which is the stage, the food, the fresh air, and the good time. Who are these little guys? You'll find a lot of little dogs have little coats on. And I don't know if this is actually because they're cold or if the Japanese people just like dressing them up. I think they just love dressing them up. Ooh, dude, he's tiny. He's getting picked up. He's too slow. King of the castle. Must be nice. So this is the markets. We've got egg burgers, churros, yakisoba, I nearly said omurice, okonomiyaki, squid, heaps of different meat sticks. So much going on here. And let's check out what's going on the main stage. So a lot of these food stalls that they have aren't just generic foods that they get from down the road. You can actually see the part of Japan that it's been imported from. And they all specialize in one thing very specifically, so that way they can bring the best. It's sort of like going to a coffee shop and ordering a pizza. I don't think the pizza would be very good because it's not what they specialize in. So every single one of these little stalls specializes in something, so you know it's going to be good. And I think the prices are very, very fair, especially being at a Sakura Park Festival. For example, you can get a can of lemon sour highball for 500 yen, which at a convenience store it's maybe like 250, which $5 for an entire strong can at a Sakura Park like this for convenience sake is really, really fair and nice. And then they've got Ueno Zoo in the background, which I don't think anyone's going to today, but there are lots of little pandas and animals all around. Great day today, very nice weather. So Ueno Park is so huge that there's a complete whole other section that we haven't been to, which has this amazing shrine, lots more stalls, lots more little shops and drinks, and then that takes you down to the river, which has really nice shrines next to the water, and obviously a whole lot more little games and food and so much more to be enjoyed. So this is absolutely prime. Been here countless of times, but still nice to have a stroll and a walk through, and obviously better if you have friends, but nothing wrong with doing it by yourself. And then here they've got cotton candies, which are packaged up in, all types of interesting packaging. That looks like the most JPEG Pokemon image I've seen. So this is absolutely prime. Again, every single street of Ueno Park is really beautiful. There's little shrines right next to it. You've got tables set up during the Sakura season with all the different spots. Really beautiful, very nice. You could do a whole afternoon or evening here just enjoying all this. So here we're entering just to the side this beautiful 5-story pagoda, which is massive when you're here in person. And then next to it you'll have the shrine and lots of other cherry blossoms around, just off from the rest of the markets and stalls. You can find this. Also a really good spot if you want to hire kimonos and walk around. Ueno Park is very accessible to a lot of the main roads and streets, so you can get some really nice photos. This temple at the end, the roof tiles are all copper, and because they've been rusted, it turns green. And then we've got the shisas up on the other side. Really beautiful spot here. Very iconic. So we've come down those stairs just behind me from Ueno Park, and remember how there was a zoo? They got another zoo, just in case, you know, one was, you know, a little bit busy. You take a 5-minute walk and you go to the next zoo. But now to the river, where we're going to be surrounded by water, and there's so many more stalls and foods and actually little markets that go on here, which I've not seen before. So we're going to browse these. But this right here is the main strip to the shrine, and where you'll see a lot of the food markets. But we're going to check out the little stalls. So another little crazy stall that we've got here. I mean, we've got like the Oni mask, we've got soldiers' helmets, we've got a fluffy Snorlax, which is at the top there. This is quite literally another example of Welcome to Japan. Right next to the river, you'll find some crazy goods like this. So today is Monday, so I've got no idea if this has been going on since the weekend. So is that to say that there's not many deals left, or it just popped up today? I've got no idea, but it is very busy, and it looks like it keeps on going, so we might be here for a while. So along with these markets, this guy's got a stall of all these different kimono and yukata coats, which are actually really great quality. There's a particular bourbon one over there, which I've got my eye on. Ones with the black hanger, 1,500 yen, white 3,000 yen, which very reasonable. A lot of these are really beautiful. Might do a Mayaz and pick one up, but this okay, you know what, I'm probably gonna look at everything then make a decision. But the one I was interested in was this one here, a beautiful white backing with this like spring color on it with the leaves. This is really nice. The guy's got a monkey. How did he get a monkey? So let's break this down. We just went to see the Sakura, then we went to see the food festivals, now we're at the markets, and then a monkey was just climbing a stick with a Japanese man in a Chinese costume. Welcome to Japan! Now I haven't decided if this is something I want to get, but I think it is pretty cool. And this is 1,500 yen. You basically spend this on a meal for like a full-on proper quality yukata in Japan. This is pretty neat. I really like this. This is like a super old school Snorlax plush toy, which I've never seen before, and it's still in the original packaging. The label's really cute. It's 2,000 yen. I don't even know what year this is from. I mean, this looks super old. I'm gonna see if they can like haggle, just like for a bit of fun. I don't know if they do that, but it's a marketplace, so maybe. So I just did a deal with the gentleman who was super nice to me. 1,000. I paid 1,000 yen for this super old school. In exchange, I gave him a sticker and a koala. He put the sticker on the drum, on the super old school drum. What a guy. He was so impressed with it. He's like, I want to display it. So very nice guy. I seriously think 1,000 yen for this is an absolute bargain. That's awesome. Now that I've taken this legend out of the packaging, he is so cute. It's so old school. I'm going to get a protective case for this because I think this is really rare and absolutely a bargain for 1,000 yen. That's crazy. Dude, the more I look at this thing, the more I freaking love it. He's so fat, he's so fluffy, the tag is great. This is amazing. I'm super happy with this. So here we've got a beautiful view of the temples in the background, the water, and there's still so many stalls, everything up and coming. I'm a little bit tired. I was awake at 6 a.m. for no reason, so I might just find a restaurant and sit down and relax. But that Snorlax deal is still insane, and I can't believe I scored. Wow, these are cool. These are all spinning at the same time due to the wind. Very, very cool. And now we're like on the water, so I can feel the buoyancy going. And in the very far distance there, you've got the temple. But this is interesting. Whee! So we're finally at Ueno Park, but I always love to check out this Sanrio store, which has a beautiful window display above the 7-Eleven. Ueno Park is pretty much just across the road, which we'll check out soon. But Sanrio always has new pop-ups and new items, so let's see what they got today. Now, this is only a small store, but they do always have a bunch of goods on display. I really like these little wedding, little themed goods. Lots of little costumes. I really like these kimono goods. They're not limited, they're always available, but really nice for Japan to take photos with all around, especially if you're renting out a kimono itself. It'd be very cute to take photos with your favorite Sanrio character in kimono. So that's the official Sanrio store, and Ueno Park is just there. But what I personally like better is the U store. I'm not too sure why it's called U, but they have so many better Sanrio goods that are available for a really, really fair price. And a lot of these are specific to certain events or collabs, as well as Chikawa and even some Pokemon up on the other side. So I've bought a lot of goods from here before. So for example, I'm pretty sure that these are exclusive to Sanrio, which I didn't even see when I went to, Hokkaido. No! Sendai, these are Hokkaido. Which, again, never seen them before. Very, very cute. These I've never seen before, but I really like a pull the string tomato Kirby, which is very, very cute. The matcha Hello Kitties, which I've bought from here before, very iconic. I forget the name of these little dolls, but they're very Japanese and very famous here, and I've not seen them in their little kimono outfits. So yeah, I think there's actually more of a variety next to the Sanrio store than the actual Sanrio store itself. These are very cute. I really like this cinema roll here. I'm a Pom Pom Purin guy, so I try to limit myself to just Pom Pom Purin, but there's always so many cute goods that I can never be that strict. I for a second thought this was like some Charizard collaboration. It's not. I've got no idea what it is. These are sushi little Sanrio goods, which are adorable. I mean, Japan's really genius when it comes to its plush toys. So I'm eating something new tonight. This is Tebasaki, which is chicken wings, and this is a very, very famous chain which I believe is based in Nagoya. Straight off the bat, they've got like a little spot the difference, which is cute, but they are famous for their smoky pepper chicken wings. Phantom chicken wings, as they call it. And then their famous pepper, you can get no less standard. I was going to go more, but I'm getting 4 servings, which I believe is going to be 20. And I thought maybe getting 20 chicken wings with the more might kill me. Seeing my first time, I'll get the standard and we'll see how we go. But this looks really good. I'm excited. Our chicken wings have arrived and they smell so smoky and peppery. I've never been here before, so I'm very excited to give this a try. The guys are hungry, so am I. So here we are, Tebasaki chicken wings. I'm just gonna go for it. These are hot and fresh. Unfreaking believable, and like nothing I've ever tried. There's genuinely so much flavor on these. And they're hot. I just came out of one of the best card stores that I've seen in a little while. Random ass street with no internet whatsoever, off from Ueno Park. And I found all of the vending machine promos. I found all these K-pop photo cards for like $3 each, which normally they're like 1,000 yen or 2,000 yen. This time it was 300 yen. Huge bargains. I can do a little photo at the very end of everything I got, but huge bargain. Couldn't believe it. Stayed there for over an hour looking at every single case, every single binder. It's a lot of fun discovering little stores like that you don't expect. It was awesome.